Se llama Tiki-Toki timeline. So the agenda, in this 40 minutes or 30 minutes, first we're gonna see what is a timeline. I'm pretty sure we all know what that is, but it doesn't, it's not, doesn't do any wrong telling you what it is again. What is Tiki-Toki? We're gonna talk about that. We're gonna give you an example. Then we're gonna make one together. Then we're gonna have a space for questions and then we can go. All right, so first of all, what is a timeline? It is a graphical representation of a period of time on which important events are marked. And this tool is really good not only for history teachers, it works for whoever needs to explain a topic through a timeline. In my case, in business technology, I like to explain the business, let's say the evolution of business, when it started and how, like what it had to go through to come to how it is today, right? Okay, is it loud in the background? Okay. All right, so in this case, this is the way I used to do timelines before I knew of this tool. Literally, it's very graphic, it's very 2D, and very simple. I love it too. Don't get me wrong. I absolutely love this way of displaying things. But this is more like it's very static, right? And students can get a little bit bored when they get used to something. They are already used to 2D things and slides presentations. They are used to that, so they can fall asleep pretty easy. So that's why I found this tool to be really, really nice. Okay, so in this case, we have in 2002, LinkedIn appeared, then Facebook in 2004, 2005 was YouTube, and so on until 2010 with Pinterest. So that is a timeline. Now, a timeline with Tiki-Toki looks kind of like this, although I just realized that they actually added a new feature that you can make your timeline and then turn it into a 3D timeline. So it's like driving a car. You're gonna see an event right here, then you keep going forward and then you're gonna see another event right here, and it shows you the dates and everything. It's super cool. Okay, so Tiki-Toki is an online tool uh, to create timelines. It's an online timeline maker software for creating beautiful interactive timelines that you can share on the web. Another good feature that this tool has is that you can insert pictures, like the ones you see here, and even videos. You can just go to YouTube, copy that link, post it on your entry, and the student can actually see the video related to that specific time. Um, Now let's make one. Now before that, I'm going to explain what this is, like how this picture works. As you can see here, I'm actually going to show you that example because I have it linked. This is something that my friend made for the university. It is for a class called uh, Christology. But anyway, so this right here, it shows the author. So that would be your name. This right here is the title. And she didn't add a text right here, which is the about or the intro. The intro would show right here, and then the about would show. It's like if you have a lot to say, then you can post it in there. So you can click continue, and then you're gonna actually, it's gonna bring you to the actual timeline. Now she had an image here. Maybe she took it out. I don't know, but this was supposed to be an image. So as you can see here, look at the background. It has a beautiful picture in there related to the topic, and it accompanies the whole entire presentation from beginning to end. You can also change that if you want to add a little bit more of an effect. For example, when this place was conquered by the Egyptians, let's say during these three entries, El Sanhedrin, Phariseos, and Sadduceos, those three, it's just an example. Don't think that I'm that dumb. Let's say they were Egyptians. So you want the background image to be Egypt. You can do that. And as you go through everything here, then you go to Rome. And let's say these three slides or periods of time they had to do only with Rome, then you can actually change the background image to Rome, and it changes the whole thing. Okay, so now down here you can see the ages or the years. Well, this is pretty much it. Now about this timeline, out. Now we're going to create one just to make it a little bit more interactive and more um, appealing and useful to you. Okay, please let me know if you hear anything on the background, and then I'll try to make sure that it's more quieter. It's just that we're several people working at the same time.
Yeah, we can hear you, but you know.
Yeah? Okay, perfect.
Yeah, we can hear stuff in the background, but it's fine.
Yeah, it's not too distracting. Ariana, that was Ariana's voice. I recognize that. Okay, so let's make one. So if you want to do it with me, that'll be great. So just go to tiki-toki.com. Don't forget this dash right here in between. It's very important. And don't put a C before the K. Okay, so tiki-toki.com is going to bring you to a page that looks like this. And then right here, you're going to see the free sign up. Now, one little thing that I forgot to mention, it is unfortunate, but it is the way it is. They allow you to do only one timeline if you don't pay. If you pay, then you can do many more. But if you don't pay, only one. And if you need several timelines working at the same time for several of your classes, then you can just create maybe each timeline through a different account, right? So you can just create an account each time you want another timeline, or pay, of course.
And if you want to
a
pay,
good citizen.
how much is it if you want to pay?
I haven't checked that feature yet, but I'm pretty sure that if
Down below, it has the teacher one is 125 per year, but bronze account is $750 US per month, and a silver account is $25 a month. So it's like a monthly subscription.
There you go. Thank you so much, Ariana.
It's like $10 a month basically for a teacher.
Mm-hmm. So I'm just going to use an account that I haven't used before because I don't want to pay. I think this is Gmail. Then I create a password. So let's just put password example. If I forget my password, I will contact you guys.
I'm just gonna watch because I'm not gonna spend the only one chance that I have.
That's true. No, you can actually delete it, right? You can just delete that one and then create another one.
Oh, so it means you can only have one at a time, but you can create several?
Exactly. You can create as many as you want, but it's only one that
you can only keep one at a time.
Exactly.
Ah, okay, so it's not that bad.
No, it's not bad. I mean, it's bad for, like, for example, if you have a history class in grade 9, 10, and 11, right? And then they all have different history lessons and you want them all at the same time, then that will be a problem. So CamiloHoyos.b.v, because I already used CamiloHoyos.b. Let's see if that one works for me. Age, close your eyes, please. Class code, we don't have one. Then we have to agree to the terms. Then you sign up for free. It worked, perfect. Okay, so now you have here your first timeline, right? So the title, remember the title is what's going to show up in the beginning, right here. This is going to be the title, and it also is also going to show up here, right? Now let's go to the title and let's say, how would you like it to be called? Richard the Great. There, that's our timeline. It's going to be about Richard the Great. Now, right here, a background image. The background image is this right here, right? In this case, I believe that's Babylon maybe, or I don't know, Jerusalem. So now for background images, I like to use, if you Google free, oh wait, somebody else is showing up, okay. Free wallpapers. And the reason why is because wallpapers are designed to cover the whole entire screen. So whenever you put it small, it's going to be high res. But if you choose another image, by mistake, you chose an image that is this small, then it might enlarge it and it's going to look very pixelized and very ugly. So I recommend this site right here, which is download free HD wallpapers. Also, they're free, so you don't run into any problems with copyrights or anything like that. So for Richard the Great, Richard, when were you born? say you were born here in, I don't know what that city is, but let's say that one. So I'm just going to use that one. Actually, no, I want to use a wallpaper that is more horizontally.
Landscape.
Yeah. Landscape. Let's just find a landscape. I like those birds. You know what? This one looks very pretty. Yeah, I like this one. So I click on it, then right click on that image. You're going to see image address right here. Copy image address. So you copy that image address, then you go here and you paste that address right here. Now start date and end date. As you can see, this is showing you when you stand up on it, it shows you also the instructions. So if you forget something that I'm saying, you can actually read the instructions and that's not a problem. Now start date is exactly the time when your story is going to start, and the end date is the last date of the last date. Yeah, so don't put the beginning of the last date, just put the total end of whenever you want to finish your story. So let's say the start date is going to be, for example, December 1st of 2019. Confirm. Now, if you want to put in there, if you want to start your timeline before Christ, then just do it manually. And this is how. Let's say 01 is the day, then you have to add a slash. It has to be 2 digits for the date, right? So 01, then it says January, so 01 again. Then you add the slash, and then the year has to be 4 digits. Let's say you wanted year 3 before Christ, so that'll be 0003, right? And then since it is before Christ, we need to make sure we tell them that. So you put in here BC.
I
right?
think in the
Before
calendar
Christ.
also it said AC or BC.
Yeah, you can actually do it. I'm just showing you manually too,
Oh,
just
okay.
in case, but you can also choose that in the calendar, right? Now in here, you can just choose a different date. Let's say, for example, this date, today, 2020, year 7, confirm. Now you can also change the highlight colors, the background color if you want, but since I put an image, I don't want any colors in there. Then create it. Wait for a little bit, and here we go. We have a beautiful image right here. And to go back to that pop-up where you have pop-out where you have the title and also the text related to this timeline, you click here about this timeline. It's going to show right there, right? Now let's continue. Now to edit this timeline, everything goes in the admin section up here. Now the admin section, this is our timeline right here, Richard the Great, and we're going to create a new story. Now before creating a new story, let's think about the overall project. Let's say we're going to have some categories. For example, what happened during that time economically. So we're going to put here a new category, and we're gonna call it economy. Right? Then save. Then we're going to create a new category, and we call it also political, right? So politics. And why not? Let's create another one called cultural. Save. Now we have 3 categories. Now the spans we can do it later, because then when we add the stories, each story, as I said before, remember when I said, what if those 3 stories are related to Egypt? Then you can create a category called Egypt and a span. Span is going to include all of those 3 stories, and then you can change the background for that specific span. So once the student goes to that one of those stories, the whole entire background of the timeline is going to change to Egypt. It's going to give it a little bit more of a pretty cool feeling, right? Okay, so now let's go back to the stories. Now that we have 3 categories, let's go to the stories, create a new one. So Richard was born, right? Richard was born. And he was born in January 1st of the year 3 before Christ. And the end date, let's say when he died. Let's say, for example, he died, I don't know, a little bit later. For example, August of the year 43. Confirm. Okay, it didn't take it. You know, it didn't take it because it didn't recognize the format. So that's why I wanted to teach you the manual way. Because if you try to figure it out like that, it's going to take you a whole entire day trying to make it work. So it's better just to do it manually. So let's say, let's erase all of this. Start date. Okay, the start date was fine. Let's say start date was this one. The end date right here. So I'm going to put 01/03 of the year 43 before Christ. There we go. Now it works. Perfect. Cultural is the category. And the link, now let's find a picture that matches that.
Yeah, but he lived like 1,900 years.
1,800 years?
1943.
Oh, it didn't take before Christ. Oh, okay, sorry, I forgot. Did I put 00? There we go.
You forgot the 4 digits.
There you go. I forgot the 4 digits. See, I did that on purpose so you guys can notice. Okay, so the intro.
Okay.
So you just what? Okay, so the intro, you explained here what's happening during that specific entry. So Richard was born, blah, blah, blah. You copy all the text that you need and then died, right? And died. Then the category, we choose the category that we wanted in. Let's say, why not just cultural? Let's leave it cultural. Oh, and then we were gonna add a link. Now the link, let's go to download pictures, and then we can choose whatever picture we want. Then let's choose this one here. Copy image address. And we go here, we paste it there. Now I find that this doesn't work when you do it only like this, because the system needs to recognize that as media. So for that specific entry, which is Richard was born, we go to media, click on it, and we add a new media. And then we put in there the source, which is that image, and the caption. The caption could be, if the image needs credits, you can put it there. And in this case, let's just put Richard. Save. And then you're going to see the image appears, right? So it kind of has to recognize that media in there. So don't forget. So let's review what we just did. We put the cultural is the category. Richard was born is the title. This is the date. This is the picture. And this right here is the text. Now, when the kids see this, they're going to be able to click on more, and this is what they're going to see. Let's just hide this for a second so we can see it better. They can see it right here, right? Then they click the X, and then it's going to go back to the timeline. Now, for the sake of the exercise, let's create a new story. In this case, it's going to be next generation of Richard. Right now, the next generation of Richard, it could be, if this other one ended in 43 before Christ, this one can end, let's say 01, 01, and then 1000, year 1000, after Christ, let's say, just make it quick. Then in here, the issue had to do more with politics, for example. Then we change the category, we go to another image, and then we choose this image. You can, right here, by the way, this side, you can just click in here the topic that you want, and it's going to show you what they have available. Did we say politics? There we go. We have some images related to politics. Then we can just get whatever image is good for us. For example, this one here. Then copy image address, put it there. Now remember, you also have to put it in save, and we have to put it also in media. add new media, not in captioning, source, paste, and the caption is political, I don't know, political message. There you go, save. Now we have another entry. As you can see, there's way too much space from this entry to the previous one. So let's go here. You can actually edit this in one of these, I think is settings. Yeah, settings. Down here in the settings, you can also see the things that we did before, the title, the intro, the about. Now let's just fill that in. Intro, this is a short description of this timeline. And then right here is the long description, long text explaining, right? Now the spacing, this is related to the text, the view type. You can actually change the type right here. Colors. I don't want to change any of that because I think it's fine. It looks good. You can also add an image to this intro. And right here in Zoom, you can actually make the story a little bit tighter, right? So you can see them a lot closer to each other, or you can start separating it to, that better suit your case. In this case, if I make it too tight, it's going to go one on top of each other. So I'm going to make it right here, right? Then save. Now let's hide this to see how it's looking. It is. And then you can keep adding stories and stories until you get to the end of your presentation, and it's going to look like this, right? Now this is a super cool tool. I think the kids are going to love it. If you might want to make it even more interesting, right here you can see a 3D button. You can click on it and it's going to turn in 3D. As I said in the beginning, it's going to look like a road that you're traveling through. So if you click on the arrow, or if you click enter or whatever, it's going to show you the next episode, right? Next generation. Now back here, it's going to show me Richard was born. Then I go to the next one, and I'm going to drive to the next generation. And that is it when it comes to this timeline creation. Now, do you guys have any questions?
I have a question for the students. To view the timeline, do they have to register on the website?
That is an excellent question. No, you can just copy right here. By the way, to share it, you just copy this link right here. Right? It doesn't have a share button or anything. You just copy that link, then you paste it in Schoology. Let's say, okay, students, please click on this link to access the history of Richard the Great.
And then they can just watch it. I think we lost Camilo.
He's gone to a greater place.
Aww.
Well, I like the name of the presentation.
Lo perdimos.
Esto me pasó más de una vez con los estudiantes.
Hey.
¿Qué hiciste?
Afortunadamente me esperaban y cuando yo volvía estaban ahí esperándome.
Did you have to go back in? Oh.
Yeah, you can just pop in.
Norberto Villa is the host now.
Yeah, a couple of times I lost internet connection when I had students. Fortunately, they were waiting. So when I came back on and went back into the Zoom meeting, they were there just waiting. So that was good.
Norbert está en silencio y vas a decir algo.
He's back. There he is.
Hey, I'm back.
Hey.
Hey.
I just wanted a minute of reflection. Okay, by the way, today I'm having cable internet installed just because I'm working with satellite internet because I'm at the farm. Since we're gonna stay here indefinitely, then we decided to just install the cable one, which is great. We're gonna have two choices now. So what do you guys think? You guys think you can use this? You like it?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Really.
I like it a lot, though I'm concerned about the amount of work I have to put into it. It's
Trust
cool.
me, as soon as you get a hang of it, it's going to take you 2 seconds to do it. Literally, well, not 2 seconds, but at least 10 minutes. Because it's literally copy and paste your text. That's it.
And there are plenty of like tutorials on YouTube about that.
Yep. Actually, I'm going to show you one of the tutorials. I'm going to share it with you here. This one is really cool because it doesn't say anything. It just shows you what you have to do, and that's it.
Cami, I just shared with everybody like the URL to that website you used to download the high resolution pictures on Splash. It's one of the
Perfect.
best.
Hey, thank you so much. That is a nice website, right?
Yeah.
And it has so many photos. It's incredible. Whatever topic you put in there, you're going to find a useful photo, and they're all beautiful.
And high resolution and no problem with copyright laws.
That's right. All right, guys, I really hope you liked it. I hope you use it. Your students are going to love it. And I really hope that you actually also ask the students to use it themselves for projects to hand in. That'll be great to get them involved with this. When they go to university, they're going to appreciate all of this input.
All right. Thank you.
Yeah.
All right,
No,
guys.
Thank you.
Thank you for showing up.
Thank you.
Hey, gracias.
Hey.
Cami.
Gracias.
Bye.
Bye.
No problem.
Bye bye.
See you guys.
Bye.
Bye.